Serenoa and his stalwart allies prove their mettle against the realm's fiercest warriors before finally facing Sir Maxwell, victor of the previous tourney. After a hard-fought match, the Dawnspear emerges victorious once more. Though beaten in the end, Serenoa's courageous display impresses itself upon all in attendance. Any doubts concerning House Wolford's martial might are put to rest. Thus marks an end to the tourney and the festivities as a whole. With the spirit of harmony in their hearts, the delegates of each nation make preparations for their return voyages.
Whither the river flows.
Seeing our honored guests off shall be your last lordly duty this day. Now, I remind you.
It is not to be taken lightly. Worry not, Benedict. They shall be sent off with all the pomp they deserve.
You take to your new role well, Lord Serenoa. As I must now take to my own. Pray, visit me at the mines whenever you have the time.
Farewell, Frederica. May we never meet again.
Thank you for such a productive use of our valuable time. I do so love interminable speeches and watching brutes play at war. Truly, the spirit of Glenbrook was on display for all to see. Oh, but I should watch my tongue. Wouldn't want her to go whimpering to brother.
Pay my fool cousin no mind. We have work to do. Work more important than any he could hope to be trusted with.
I apologize for those two. This was a fruitful day for all in attendance.
I am glad to hear you say so, General of Laura.
I can't believe we lost. I thought you were supposed to be one of Hyzant's greatest warriors.
Our foe was a worthy one. It would be an honor to cross blades again someday.
Thank you for your hospitality. Please give my regards to Lord Simone.
Of course, Minister.
It would seem everyone is gathered. You'll find your boats are laden with a bounty of Glenbrook's finest wares and victuals. King Regna asks that you eat and drink your fill, and toast to our three nations' newfound alliance.
More of that swill you call wine? I suppose I could force myself to partake.
Your king honors us with his generosity. We shall present these as offerings to the goddess of salt. The Hierophant, too, will no doubt be overjoyed.
Lord Wolford, I bring a message from King Regna. He would have you join our guests on their return voyage to serve as their envoy.
This is a great honor, my lord. You would represent our nation and speak with the king's voice.
If it is His Majesty's wish, it is a duty I will gladly accept. But there are 2 vessels and only one of me. Did King Regna say which of our honored guests I should accompany?
He would leave that decision to you, Lord Wolford.
Lord Falks, as representative of another of Glenbrook's high houses, will board the ship you do not.
And why was House Tellior not given this honor? Last I knew, our kingdom had 3 high houses, not 2.
Wait, Silvio, who are you? Oh, wait, you're this guy from the party. I gotcha. Never mind, don't need to read the card.
mere fact that you whimper those words before us is answer enough.
Oh, yep, we already read yours as well.
Good show at the tourney, Lord Serenoa. You truly are your father's son. The king has seen fit to leave this decision in your hands, and I shall not gainsay his wisdom.
A lord must be worldly as well as wise. I trust you will conduct yourself as befits the lord of a high house.
Thank you, Sir Maxwell, Lord Folks.
The king has entrusted this decision to you, my lord. I suppose you have an idea as to why.
He means to test my judgment. He is waiting to see which I choose and for what reason.
Indeed. We are friendly with both nations now, so neither choice will earn his ire. That said, there is no telling how these relations may change going forward. No doubt, the choice you make will have an effect on our own house's relationship with the nation you choose.
I understand. This requires careful consideration. Benedict, gather the others. I would hear their opinions on the matter. Then we shall consult the scales of conviction.
At once, my lord.
Tavern is now available at the encampment. Sundry shop is available at the encampment too. Nice. In that case, let me actually go to that real quick just to see all these new things. Haven't been there in a hot second. You're the merchant. We got 1 HP ring now just from the fights. And looking at these numbers, it makes me actually wonder if the stat points actually are not going to bloat as high as like some other games. Well, if it isn't Lord Serenoa, welcome to the Encampment Tavern. Wolfort soldiers have a place to relax so long as I'm around, and I plan on sticking with you to the end. Perhaps you ought to consider dropping in for a drink and a chat every so often, too, my lord. You can engage in mental mock battles at the tavern. Each battle is different, so choose one that best suits your aims. What? I did not know we could do mock battles. They have rewards too, like at least this one does. It gives fiber. The big question then would be if you get experience, then it is just a place to grind. I probably won't be doing much of it at all, but that's something to note. As blacksmith, I have the privilege of looking after everyone's weapons. It's my honor to forge and repair whatever Wolfort's weapons require. Any blades that need tempering or bows that need priming, you need only say the word. We have open ranks, apparently. As Smith, you can upgrade your weapons and unlock weapon abilities. Both of these service require materials and coin. All right. Each weapon has 3 ranks. Increase your weapon's rank unlocks more powerful abilities for that weapon. You can acquire weapon abilities with the same rank in any order, but the latter the skill is learned, the more material they require, or the later. Yeah. If a weapon ability is connected to another with an arrow icon, then they must be acquired in the order the arrow indicates. If a weapon ability is contained within a box marked with "or," quote-unquote, cannot be activated at the same time. However, once you have acquired either one, both become available, and you may switch between them at no cost. That's pretty good, actually. So we could go to this one and then this one. We could go from this one to this one to this one. We can go this one to this one, and this one right now is something else entirely that we don't know yet. One or the others. And we can increase our luck. I don't know to what end, but we can. And versus HP. Oh, that just shows the HP, but it is just person to my guide stuff. They even have times deployed as a metric. Alright, so our Bird Rider, our Healer are the only ones that are actually level 2. We actually did a good amount of like spread out damage in that last fight. One of my biggest concerns of ever playing tactical game like this is that I'm afraid that I'm going to like limit or just like favor certain units more than anything else. But I guess I'm gonna try to make an active effort to make sure that everyone gains the, if not same, roughly equal amounts of experience. Everyone gets the time to shine, and everyone makes sure to maximize their use of turns. Oh wait, yeah, leave the encampment. All right, nothing, no optional dialogue stuff. Then all right. Wait, wrong button. I'm getting a feeling this is going to be our first major decision in the game. Serenoa decides whether his house will make the journey to the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost or the Holy State of Hyzenites.
It seems your first test as Lord has come. 'Tis no small matter either.
Indeed, but I needn't face it alone. I would ask each of you where you think we should go and why. State your case before the scales of conviction. Then we shall decide our destination.
We take a vote and the consensus determines our action. Is that it?
That is correct. So long as my allies walk by my side, their opinions carry equal weight to mine. Such is the way of House Wolffort. As Lord, I shall bear the weight of consequence for the Scales' decision, whatsoever they may be.
You are more serious than usual, my friend.
He understands what it means to be Lord of his house.
Well, I hope you have room for a stowaway, because I'm going to. In secret, of course. I trust the new Lord Wolffort will handle the ponderous negotiations and diplomacy with grace.
Your Highness, you cannot be...
You may stay ashore if you wish, Huette.
You know I cannot allow that. If you insist on going, then I shall attend you.
Well then, it would seem the matter is settled.
There is exactly one coin for each of us.
It seems fate has conspired to bring balance to our proceedings.
How curious.
Curious? I see it as a sign that the heavens approve of my joining you.
You are ever the optimist, my friend.
Shall we proceed, my lord? One coin, one vote.
Very well. I would hear each of your thoughts on the matter in turn. Then you shall place your coin upon the scales of conviction and illuminate the road ahead.
Aesfrost or Hyzenites? Would that we had the time to visit both. Although I may have my own token of conviction, it is my duty to lend an ear to their arguments. An honest exchange of opinions will hopefully lead to a decision that satisfies all who votes. The path of the story will determine by the consensus of your party, as played out through voting scenes. Each of your allies will cast their vote according to his or her own convictions. As the player, you will be bound by the decision of the majority. Before voting commences, you may attempt to persuade the others to change their minds. Whether or not your attempt succeeds will only be revealed when the votes are cast. The strength of Serenoa's convictions will affect the chances of success. The key to winning over your party is gathering the necessary information beforehand. That information may not always be found in the same room where the votes are cast. To be proactive and talking to everyone on your journey. Well, at least they tell us, like, who wants to go where. And this person is undecided. They don't know where they want to go. But everyone else has a clear choice of where they want to go. And of course, you do not want to go to the Asphodel because that's where your family is, and they are not exactly the nicest of people. She's going to go with you regardless, and this man has a bit of wisdom on his side. Whereas you guys, I don't know what you guys actually want, but apparently... Lord Wolfort, I know your position as head of your house comes with many responsibilities. But being a part of Roland's fancies is not one of them. Hope you understand that. Roland's doing what he can for the kingdom in his own way. As his older brother, I'm sure you can see that. Roland may be prince, but he's also like a brother to me. I sort of do all I can to in service of the crown. I appreciate your concern, Prince Franny, and hope that you and I can be friends as well, just like our fathers before us. I think this is more of like building the bridge right here. Establishing familiar ties, or at least the semblance of familiar ties, also building a bridge, and all these are positive in general, so bottom one. We've been doing that consistently. You can outweigh my favor as you have my brothers. House Wolfort may be a vassal to the crown, but they also possess a very special power. Going up to the royal family will do nothing but arouse needless suspicion. My apologies. I will be more cautious of my boundaries between the high houses and the crown, for the sake of the kingdom. I'm glad we have an understanding. Hope you know that I acknowledge both the power and good faith of House Wolfort. Pray do not fan the flames of my brother's foolishness any further. Well, that didn't work, or whatever the goal there was. King Regna accepts great things from of you, Lord Serenoa. Is there anything I can do to be of service? Simply say the word. Should I like to learn more about the holy state of Hyzat, I know they lay claim to the source and thus all Northern assaults. I should like to know more about Frederica's home. I hear the Grand Duchy of Asphodel is known for its views on freedom. And then more about the problems. Actually, I'm curious about the freedom one, because I mentioned that before in the previous room. I would have thought you an expert on the subject, considering your bride-to-be hails from the very land. Allow me to tell you what I know. Asphodel is nestled within the snowy mountains to the north and is famed for its abundance of iron and expertise in smithing. The early soldiers known as the Black Irons managed to make quite the name for themselves during the Saltrian War. The nation is led by Archduke Gustulf, Lady Frederica's older brother, and though he holds most of Asphodel's political power, he encourages people to act freely and promote individualism on the basis of ability rather than blood or social status. I see, that sounds wonderful. Perhaps it doesn't now, but we mustn't forget that they were the very ones who caused the war 30 years past. They're an ambitious people living in a cold and harsh nation, which makes me think that hunger of theirs is still alive and well. Forgive me, I forget myself sometimes. Oh, my foolish ramblings have not clouded your judgments. The decision is yours to make, Lord Serenoa, and I'm sure you will choose most wisely. Now, I know we can talk to some people and try to convince them otherwise, but a part of me actually wants to see like what the game is going to do on its own. Does the game have a sort of default normal route that it will put me towards, or is it like a genuine RNG 50-50 of like undecided, and if I were to play two routes, like they could actually want to go one or the other. Because right now, personally, I actually don't have a strong opinion of going to one or the other. Because personally, I'm actually like thinking, like, let the game decide. Whatever happens, happens. The game probably either has a sort of defined, this is the normal route, or at the very least, a leaning preference, I'll say. And I'm not strong toward either, so fuck it. Not gonna talk to anyone else. Let's play it out. Voting commence.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we journey to the Grand Duchy of Esfrost or the Holy State of Hyzant?
I actually cannot auto this. Interesting.
Approach the Scales of Conviction with your token at the ready.
I'm not sure why it feels tense, actually.
The Scales of Conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
We're going to the Holy State of Hyzanite. All right.
The way forward is decided. We journey to Hyzant.
Or Hyzant, not Hyzanite. I don't know why I get the ites, but Hyzant.
We have decided. We set sail for the Holy State of Hyzant. Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Very good, my lord. When you pay respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
Lord Serenoa, we are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence. That said, I must offer you a warning as well.
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook. I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzant.
Huh? She is half-sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
My mother's hair. The pink locks of the Roselle. Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzant.
Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the Gospel of the Goddess regards them as sinners.
Yes, I do. But I am from Esfrost, and I assure you I have committed no sins.
Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one.
Thank you. Pray forgive my outburst.
You've no need to apologize. Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see with my own eyes. See where and how my mother and her people suffered.
Whither the river flows completed.
By order of King Regna, Serenoa escorts their esteemed guests back home, beyond the forest and over the mountains to a vast sand-swept land. Before long, a grand wall of stone rises before them. Known as the Goddess's Shield, behind it lies the source, Nozellia's only supply of salt. Upon the lake shores of the source towers a giant likeness of the goddess, ever watching over the flourishing city and the palace below. This is the holy state of Hyzant.
Chapter 3, Part 2, A Land of Sand and Sun.
I had heard tales of the goddess's shield, but its grandeur surpasses even my imagination.
It protected the holy state from both Glenbrook and Esfrost during the war. None in history have succeeded in breaching it. Do you think you might fare better, Lord Serenoa?
I think penetrating these walls would be nigh impossible.
A most courteous answer. I should have expected as much.
What's that sound?
Could this be?
Is this the hour of worship I've heard so much about?
Indeed. Hyzantians offer their prayers up to the goddess's statue every day. They thank her for her blessing, for bestowing us with the source, from which all Norzalia's salt is harvested.
To see every citizen pray is astonishing.
The goddess truly is at the center of all Hyzant, just as the stories say.
Even so, are there none who'd use this time of worship to rob their fellow citizens?
There are none so misguided among the goddess's believers.
All Hyzantians are guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter. The Holy State has done everything in its power to eliminate poverty and ensure equality. As a result, no one envies others or craves riches for selfish reasons.
I saw that, Maddie. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the very generous donation of 1,000 bits. You awesome.
Certainly, if everyone were equal, there would be naught to fight about.
But achieving absolute equality is impossible.
And there's the bit sound.
The words of an unbeliever. The goddess showers her blessings fairly upon all who follow her teachings.
Before we visit the Hierophant, there is one thing I must tell you about Lady Frederica.
Under normal circumstances, the head of our nation would not permit an audience with one of Rosellan extract. We have explained the circumstances, however, and she has been granted special permission to enter the palace as an envoy.
That said, we would ask that Lady Frederica remain silent before the Holy One.
Silent? Why?
I reiterate that typically she would not be so much as allowed to attend. We ask for your understanding of our creed.
You mean to treat one of Glenbrook's delegates as if she weren't even there?
Prince Roland, you are here in secret. It would not do for you to gainsay another nation's religious creed. I have no objections.
My apologies.
You needn't apologize. Let us do what we came here for.
We appreciate your understanding. Now then, let us show you to the palace.
That is where the Hierophant resides.
The Hierophant imparts us with the goddess's divine messages. None are allowed to look upon the Holy One's face. None save Minister Edor, who conveys their divine words to us.
Pardon our intrusion. Lord Serenoa Wolfort of Glenbrook has escorted us home on behalf of King Regna.
The Hierophant speaks to you. Serenoa Wolfort, we thank you for your gracious gesture. We are overjoyed and humbled that you have chosen to grace our nation with your presence.
I am unworthy of such high praise, but honored nonetheless.
House Wolfort and Hyzant have shared a deep bond ever since the Saltire War. On behalf of the Saintly Seven, it is my wish that our friendship will be as strong as it was with your Lord Father.
But of course, I strive to one day measure up to his greatness.
You will also, in time, succeed Lord Simon as advisor to the mining venture, I hear. The Hierophant would hear your true thoughts on the endeavor.
Oh God, really? I think it's a significant stepping stone toward peace between the three nations. I think it's a valuable endeavor that will fairly profit everyone. I fear the intentions of the three nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon. I mean, I'm just saying, it's an RPG with three nations over a limited resource. Can someone not see the writing on the wall? Plus, the game cannot exist like this without some sort of conflict or anything else like that. So, technically speaking, not everyone is on the same page, and everyone thinks they're on the same page, I think. I think a storm is brewing on the horizon. The question is, who's the one bringing the storm?
I fear the intentions of the three nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon.
Lord Serenoa, is that not a slight to our efforts in this endeavor?
Even so, I will not deny my curiosity. Pray, tell us more.
While we may indeed be working together, our motives differ. There's no disputing that. But we must accept that reality and join hands if we truly wish to enrich our nations.
I see. So you believe in freedom and competition. However, in such a world, only the strong will thrive and the weak will weep.
Even so.
Lord Serenoa, the Holy One wishes for peace and equality across all Norzelia. It is our hope that you will trust in the Holy State's good intentions.
Of course.
The goddess always watches over those who believe in her. May you all receive her divine protection.
I apologize for visiting you in secret, but there's something I must ask you. I have heard that the people of Hyzanth live in equality. They say the goddess showers blessings upon those who follow her teachings. But is that the only reason?
Roland?
Oh, a studious one you are, Prince Roland. King Regna has raised you well. Of course, the goddess's teachings are at the core of the equality our citizens enjoy. But there are many measures taken by the Holy State to ensure the happiness of our people.
What are the odds that that is an empty tent? I actually don't know. It could be 50-50, I think. It honestly could be one or the other. They put a pet rock there. But, I mean, on the question of what are the odds that there is actually some entity there they're consulting with, or they'd be alive or not, is technically up in the air. We've not seen anything otherwise aside from our own natural suspicion on anything of the sorts based on our own personal biases. I'm going to choose to believe that there is something there at the very least. Either a person or something to represent their deity of any kind. The fault there would then be on this person right here, Idor, being the translation medium. If he chooses to just not say whatever they're saying or to mix the message and infer however he wants, that changes the entire context of the belief and what they stand for here. I don't believe it's a rock.
Minister Lila's Ministry of Medicine, which dedicates itself to the study of preserving life, is another example of this. The results of their research have allowed many people to overcome illness and injury and live long, healthy lives.
Fascinating. I would like to hear more about Hyzanth's medical discoveries.
I see we managed to pique your interest. Minister Lila, I leave our guests in your capable hands. Pray, show them around the ministry and let them admire Hyzanth's pursuit of life and magic.
Central Hyzanth. Oh, you sneaky fucks. Trying to hide optional fucking story beats from me for our side story. Franny and the Cordelia talk about their brother, Roland, in his absence. What's going on here?
Brother, where is Roland? I've yet to see him today.
And you shan't, for he has left. Took it upon himself to join the mission abroad.
He did? I see.
Again, prioritizing his personal wishes above his station. Is there no end to his selfishness?
You haven't any love for him, have you?
Love. I would rather think of him as little as humanly possible.
How can you say that? He's family.
Royal family, and our duty is to the crown above all. Do not look to Roland for inspiration if you wish to carry yourself in a manner befitting your station, dear Cordelia.
Wait, that was it? The other events had an actual whole fucking story thing going on for them. What the hell do you mean that's the entire sub-story right there? God damn it, game. Wait, hold up. Alright, that's not important. That wasn't a ping for me. Alright. Now... it's about to be 2 o'clock. I've streamed for almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And would you look at that? Not a... okay, I can't say not a single drop frame, but I want to drop 3,000 frames. That is 0.5%. Some days, we actually have good internet. I'm happy about that. But... I think I'm actually going to end the stream here. For the first time in a while, I'm actually not having... there's not a internet reason to end the stream, but more of... I no longer have a job now. My transfer to my new place of residence did not go through. They don't want me there. And since I'm moving states anyways, it's going to be treated as a new hire situation if I want to apply there, so I just cut ties. I'm no longer employed, so I got to find a place to land there and have something to go with for money. So I'm going to stream here and start looking for a job over there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you had a great time. I might actually see you guys a bit sooner rather than later. Because I'm technically not working anymore, I actually have more free time to stream some stuff. And I did, like, one of the reasons that I wanted to move is possibly the opportunity to, like, try experimenting and streaming full time. It's been sort of like in the back of my head, like people saying, you can stream full time. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm too small. I can't do it at all. But enough people push me to it that it's starting to, like, dig its way into my head that I might actually give it a shot. The goal of me moving there is to have a job to be able to pay money, get a nest egg, and then once the time comes, I am going to actually try and stream full time and see how it plays out. I cannot guarantee a fucking thing, but just that we were going to give it an honest shot. For at least, I'm going to say, like, what, 3 months, if I can do that. See what happens there, if the audience grows, whatever happens. So hopefully it works out. So, like, as an actual, like, heartfelt thank you so much, Frog Knight, for the donations you gave me. Thank you, Maddie, for donating right there as well with bits. All that's gonna pretty much be going toward a nest egg, try and save up so I can actually try and stream full time and see what comes of it. Try to take the experiment just one step further. So, if I find a job, you're gonna start seeing a lot more of me from just like being able to stream regularly here for this last 2 weeks while I'm here. And honestly, you might even just see some like sporadic mini streams during the week because as I have no job and I can only dedicate so much time to finding a job, hopefully it works out. And if I find a job immediately, then I'm gonna be just streaming a bunch. Just being a VTuber. JKO, that I've actually, not even joking, thought about it. The problem is, that's not a catch-all solution. I'm pretty sure it's not just a matter of I get an avatar, put it on the side of the screen, and it's suddenly like everyone gives me money and everything comes to me and everything works out fine. There's still the person you need to actually... like, so there's still actually a bit of effort that needs to be put in. I need to be entertaining. I need to be very likable. I need to be a bunch of things. And I honestly don't see myself as one of those that much. So, like, unfortunately, I can't, like, capitalize on that much. Like, as much as I like to think that being a VTuber will be a catch-all solution to my problems, I need to carry that other half. I can suddenly get, a great camera that will do facial tracking. I can get a high-quality monitor, all that stuff. And that still doesn't mean much. Like, I'm still me, no matter what avatar I put on me. And I'm pretty sure I'm not that likable, considering I still have not much of an audience here. I got some, though, so, like, there's some appeal to me, I guess, but not mass. And definitely probably not sustainable. But I'm hoping that this experiment can prove me wrong and sort of say that there is something here. Who knows? So, I gotta get to the job hunting. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you had a great time. I'll see you for sure next week, Wednesday, Friday, because that's just our stream days. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, who knows? I might actually just do a guerrilla stream. Unscheduled. Probably not like a main stream game unless we actually nail something down and change the schedule for it. But until then, stay awesome. Hopefully, I'll entertain you one more time, another time. See ya.